Hi, I'm Paul from River Valley Dairy. Welcome to the Cheese Kitchen. Today we're going to make a Silverbeet and feta pie using the feta that we made in the last episode.
So what you'll need for this episode is silverbeet, feta, lemon, leek, pine nuts, sesame seeds, puff pastry, shortcrust pastry, butter and 1 egg. Before we get started, we should preheat our oven to 190 degrees and get that nice and hot and ready for us. So Paul, while I'm cooking the filling, I'll get you to roll out the shortcrust pastry. First of all, what you'll need to do is grease the little pie tin that we've got. So let's give it a good liberal scraping with some either softened butter, or you can melt it and paint it on with a pastry brush. I like to use 2 different pastries for my pies. I like shortcrust for the base and puff pastry for the top. So first thing you need to do is have a medium heat pan, a little bit of olive oil, and get that heating up. With your leek, just sort of finely slice about half a leek. Pop that into your warm pan and start that going. So while I'm sauteing my leeks, I'll get my silverbeet ready. I like to use mostly tops with a little bit of the stalk in it. And this is purely and simply because too much stalk is a little bit bitter. I'll give my leek a little bit of a stir. Pop my silverbeet in, and you can keep the pan at a medium heat. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and just sort of gently stir that to start to get the heat evenly cooking the silverbeet and the leek at the same time. And so what that'll do now is it'll start to leach a lot of water. So as that's cooking, I keep stirring, sort of turning it over so I get evenly distributed heat. But as soon as you can see that the leek and the silverbeet have cooked, turn it off. When the silverbeet and leek are about halfway, a zest, half a lemon zest, and just pop that into it. Pretty much where we want it to be. We don't want it to be fully cooked and wet, so now I'll turn it off. So my creme fraiche, I put in a good 2 tablespoons. And then just gently crumble up some feta into it. Give that a stir and just sort of start to work everything in together. Add your pine nuts. So that's our pie filling pretty much ready to go. So now that we've rested our shortcrust pastry in the fridge for about an hour, Paul, I'll get you to pop the line baking beans in.
So what are these, Kat? Just lentils? Or?
So I've used red lentils, but you can use red lentils, rice, baking beans, black beans. Pop that on a tray. Pop that into a 190 degree oven for about 20 minutes. So once it's been in the oven for about 20-25 minutes, you'll find that your pastry has cooked. So while I'm popping the filling into it, can I get you to roll out the puff pastry lid? So it's pretty much the same process where you roll it out to the same thickness of the shortcrust pastry. So while Paul's rolling out the pastry, I'll just add our filling into our cooked shortcrust base and try and get a good mixture of feta and the silverbeets and the pine nuts and just a little bit of the liquid. Give it a push down. Now I'll take an egg wash and just sort of gently paint that around the outside. And we'll pop that on the top. Sort of tuck it in and pinch it around. We'll cut off the excess. And then just gently pinch it into that already cooked pastry underneath. We'll set that aside to rest for another half an hour. So now that we've given our puff pastry a little bit of a rest, we need to create a steam hole in the top. So I just put in 2 sort of cuts just to allow some steam to escape during cooking. A little bit of egg wash on the top. This helps it to get a nice, beautiful golden colour. And a sprinkle of sesame seeds on top. Pop that into our oven for 20 to 25 minutes until the pastry's golden. Because the creme fraiche and the feta is so quite creamy and rich, and we've got our lovely puff pastry, you'll need any sort of salad that's going to give a little bit of a cutting. So something like the rocket that we're doing, or a light mesclun leaf. Just finely slice your radish, pop them over the top, a little bit of salt, drizzle of olive oil, and a little squeeze of lemon.
Cool. Looks delicious.
Ready for lunch?
Yeah, I am.
Let's eat.
Okay, thanks very much for that, Kat. So stay tuned next time where we'll talk about cutting and stirring curds, and we're going to make some halloumi.